Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Melissa. It's been a long time since I've posted on this channel, and that was not intentional. That's not how I initially started out. So today I'm just going to talk about that a little bit. I'm also going to go over what is like my basic makeup routine when most of the time I'm just at home or wearing one of these. My thoughts about makeup, my use of makeup has absolutely changed during the pandemic, and we're going to chat a little bit about that and just kind of go through some things that have been going on in my life. Hopefully you're all well. Thank you so much to everyone who reached out to me, sent me some DMs, posted on Instagram or on my YouTube videos. My heart, I really appreciated that. Asking if I was okay. Yeah, that's actually one of the main reasons why I have come back. I could have easily just walked away from this at this point indefinitely, and I thought, no, I kind of feel like I miss this space, I miss these people, and I, at the minimum, owe them some kind of closure as to where I've been. So, let's get started. It'll be a little makeup application and a little story time about what's been going on. So I'm just going to start off by prepping my skin. I'm going to use a little bit of this Evian water. I know, it seems very bougie. I learned something that I didn't really know, that you really need to have a damp face for applying hyaluronic acid, and I am going to use a little bit of that today. I don't use a ton of this. Why did I step away from YouTube? At the point that I stepped away, I was feeling, really just feeling like I needed a break. I was overwhelmed by the pandemic, being on lockdown, just wasn't excited about makeup. I wasn't wearing any makeup. Initially, I didn't wear anything. I just was like, I'm home. I'm not going to wear any makeup. I just was like, I need a little bit of a break. So I thought, oh, I'll just step away for a couple weeks, maybe a month. I don't know. I really didn't have like an overall plan. That break turned into, it's almost been a year. So, but things happened after that break that kept me very busy. And so I didn't really have time, or didn't make time. Let's be honest. I didn't make time. I probably could have squeezed it in, but I didn't make time because I still wasn't excited about makeup. This is almost dry. I'm going to apply some sunscreen because sunscreen is life. So let's see. Where do I start? Shortly after, I kind of stepped away a little bit, my son and his wife and their 2 children moved into the house with us because they were selling their house. And if you've ever tried to sell a house when you have little people in your lives that have toys and are messy and, don't clean up, it's nearly impossible to show a house when you have all that to deal with too. We, tidied up and painted and did some stuff and then put their house on the market. And they were actually very lucky. They were able to purchase a new house probably in about a 2-month period of time. It's nothing, the market was getting crazy, but nothing like it is today. Kate, there maybe were a few too many people in the house. She wanted to step out, so she moved out and moved in with her boyfriend. I think that was a good move for her, and she was very happy. So then, right around my birthday, Kate reaches out to me with this news. We were all very surprised. I'm also going to apply a little bit of eye cream. I know I should have done that before I put the sunscreen on, so I'm just going to apply a little eye cream under here. So lately for me, it's all been about really keeping my skincare on point because I'm not wearing much makeup. That'll help those crinkly bits. Well, I haven't really been using a lot of foundation. When I do want to like cover up some redness here, kind of spot conceal, if you will, I've just been using a powder foundation, and I'm trying to use this one up. It's not really a foundation, it's just a color powder, the L'Oreal True Match super blendable powder. So I've just been trying to use this up. I'm like down to that outer ring, so at some point I'm gonna have to like repress it to really be able to use it, but for now, using a small little brush like this, fill those things in. But I feel like it just evens out my skin tone a little bit, and then I use a little bit up here to just knock down some of the shininess from the sunscreen. So back to my story time. So Kate and her boyfriend decided to get engaged, and we are now in a situation where I'm planning a wedding and planning a baby shower, kind of within a very short period of time of each other. So they picked a date to get married, and we had a lovely, beautiful backyard, wedding out on the deck with just the immediate family. It was, I thought, one of the nicest weddings I've been to, because it was very intimate and it was really just what they wanted. I thought she looked beautiful, and they were both radiantly happy. So Mama Bear's happy. Oh, and also during this time, I made this. It was super fun and so on point and on brand for the nursery, because it was kind of like a little, woodland theme. So after the wedding, then we had a baby shower, and that weekend of the baby shower was also a combination baby shower and a celebration for my mom, who was turning 90. So last year, both my parents turned 90. Since everyone was going to be at my house for the baby shower, we decided we would also have the 90th birthday celebration while we were all together, kind of do two in one. So I'm really planning two pretty big events. It was a busy time. So now we're about at Thanksgiving. We decided at the last minute to go up Thanksgiving weekend to visit Bill's mom, because she did not sound well on the phone. Now, we live in Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C., and Bill's family lives in Westchester County, which is just north of New York City. So that's about a 300-mile drive. Something to think about and keep in mind as I'm talking about all these trips back and forth to New York we've been doing. He's like, Mom doesn't sound good. She sounds, a little confused, a little disoriented, like just not herself. And we've known she's been ill. She had some melanoma and decided not to get it treated because, first of all, she was 94 years old, and she had gone back to her religion, which did not encourage any kind of medical intervention. She was a Christian Scientist. So we knew that eventually that cancer would kill her, and so it had been about two years since that initial discovery that the melanoma had returned, and that her decision not to treat it. So we knew. We were all kind of keeping a close eye on her just to see how she was doing. And honestly, she was doing pretty dang good for quite a while. Off we went up to New York for a quick visit to see how she was doing. So I'm going to also apply this little blush. This is kind of what I do. I do a little coverage, some blush, and a little lip product, and that's really all I've been doing. So this is a new one. It's from Merit, and it's called Raspberry Beret, and it's like a cream blush. It's like a little stick, lump. What is this? I love it. I love the color. I love the way it applies. I usually just use my fingers, but I think today I'll go ahead and use this little stipple brush and just blend it in. I'm doing this because I feel like I just look so pale that a little bit of color just kind of brightens me up a little. Alright, that'll tone down in a little bit. Maybe I'll just even put a little powder on there with a big fluffy brush just to kind of set it and tone it down. And if I'm feeling a little extra bougie, I reach for my Mercier highlighter powder. This is probably one of my favorite. It's like a matte highlighter. Like, what is that? That's just what it says. It gives you a little bit of glow without being too glittery. Perfect. Just kind of understated and just what I like. I'm also going to, I forgot to do this, go back in with my powder foundation and just kind of go over my eyes. I have some redness there. Where did I leave off? Oh, we were up in New York visiting Bill's mom. By the time we got up there, she really wasn't feeling well, and it became really apparent that she was not doing well. And so we were really glad that we spent the weekend up there seeing her, talking to her, and just checking in with her. There is a lot of family up there, but it was a good opportunity for us being so far away. And then as we came out of Thanksgiving holiday, we were on deck to watch our 2 granddaughters. My son and his wife were going away for a very lovely week-long vacation in Puerto Vallarta, and Mom, would you watch the girls? I'm like, oh, 8 days. That's a lot. But yes, we'll do it because we love them. They not really had ever done that. When they got married, they were saving their money for a house, so they didn't go on a honeymoon. So it was kind of like a delayed honeymoon. During that week while we were watching the girls, Bill's mom did pass away. She lived a beautiful long life. She lived to be 95 years old, pretty healthy most of the time. And, you know, I think when you reach that age, you haven't been cheated. So I just put on this Nivea Blackberry Lip Care. This is very well loved. As you can see, I've broken the lid. I might just go get another one because these aren't much money, but I still have quite a bit left, so maybe I'll just hang on and see how long that goes. But I really like the way this and this go together. Like, this is the bomb.com for me. All right, where are we? We're like early December. And then we had all the holidays and the new year and a new grandbaby who was born the end of January. So it was an extraordinarily busy time. Like that last October, November, December, January were like crazy town. We were so busy. Starting in the new year, we started making monthly trips up to New York from our house to help clean out my mother-in-law's house and get ready to put it on the market. So that's been a monthly thing. And I also personally wanted to spend some time with my daughter. She was going to be home on maternity leave. And so I was like, I'm going to drive down and see her once a week. And we'll either just hang out or I'll watch the baby while she goes runs errands. Most of the time we went out to lunch and just like, you know, chit-chatted. I knew that time was going to go quickly. And I wanted to take advantage of her availability, being able to see the baby and how much they change from newborn to like, you know, infant baby stage. You know, there's a lot of change there. And that was super fun. She lives about an hour, a little over an hour away from us. So it's a day trip, but it's not something I could like do on the daily. And then also this spring, my dad had cataract surgery. So that was two additional trips up to New York to help him. I had promised him years ago, I was like, when you're ready to do it, you just call me. I'm your girl. I'll come up and I'll be your driver because my mom really can't drive anymore. Although she thinks she can, she can't. And so they were spaced 2 weeks apart. So it was 2 different trips. And was happy to do that for him. So happy to do that for him. And now the man doesn't wear glasses since, you know, he's been wearing glasses his entire life. I'm like, how wonderful is that for you? So what's next for this channel? You're wondering. I'd love to hear from you. Like, what are you interested in seeing on this channel? I know that I have some ideas of things I want to do on this channel. I need to finish doing some makeup purging, even feel more strongly now than I did before that I want to pare down my makeup collection, and I'm being super selective about what I'm adding to it. Yes, I did make a little purchase during the Sephora sale, which isn't here yet because I waited until the last day to make my order. Really interested in like purging my closets. My whole lifestyle has changed, as I think a lot of people's have changed. I'm not going into an office, I'm not working anymore, and I'm home. And I have to figure out what is my home, my stay-at-home style. Like, what is my casual style? What do I need to keep for, you know, dressy occasions or special occasions? Like, I have a lot of stuff in those closets. I hope that you will stick with me. Leave me some ideas down below what you're interested in seeing. I generally post Saturday mornings. I will try to do that and try and stick to that schedule, but the best thing you could do is hit the subscribe button so that I do show up in your feed when I post. And if I'm a little off schedule or until I get my routine back, I hope you stick with me. Anyway, it was great catching up with you. I hope you are all well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you. Mwah! I'll see you real soon. Bye.